So now, Liz, you have turned into someone else completely. Nope, that's Liz.
Sounds like Liz. She seems a little under the weather, but I'm sure it's her.
Oh. Thank you.
Can I thank you? I had to use the ladies' room.
Is it feels time?
It feels time.
Oh, it is. Oh God. Oh no.
All right.
All right. Let's get in here.
Everybody prep your gifts.
Everybody close in.
So I want to tell you all a story. I have visual aids this time.
Oh my man. I am going to prepare.
You got that treated?
Yeah. Oh, actually, did you hook me up with
That's
it?
a really inappropriately timed joke to shoot me in. Really inappropriately timed.
And it's survived.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh wow, Chad is already crying.
Oh no.
So this music's gonna distract me slightly. It's feels time with Liz.
Oh.
So
Seals are closed.
it's standard issue for entering this room.
When do we handed tissues because you need a tissue? It's gotta be something strange.
So every year at Desert Bus, I like to tell my personal story because I want to sort of give you a human face to the work that we do and the contributions that you guys make to us or to Child's Play directly. And
As opposed to the terrifying homunculus faces we normally have.
yes, I saw Fugi's shift, so they exist. But is everyone prepared?
He's still up. Just show the chat nut and then. I'm sorry.
He's
got
ready.
a little tissue in his hand. Okay.
So, as I was saying, when I was 11 years old, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, which really sucked being 11. Can we show the first picture of me and my dad? There's me. So I had 6 months of chemotherapy and 2 months of radiation treatment. On my neck, actually, you see a black dot because of radiation treatment. They need you to lay really still and line up the lasers with the radiation.
Which, sounds like it would be a thing that would be fun. Lasers?
Right, like I'd get special powers.
You get laser treatment, right? Isn't that's not fun, is it? No.
That's not funny. Oh, and there's my my 6th grade school picture.
Wow.
It's really funny because I was a little kid. I was super self-conscious about the fact I had no hair and I was different from everyone. And people we had to have a nurse come to this school and tell all the 6th grade classes what was up with Liz. And then on the playground, people would just sort of huddle together and whisper and look at me. I think that they explained that cancer wasn't contagious, but I still was the weird one at school, and so that really sucked as well. But I remember with this bandana thinking I was so hiding the fact that I had no hair. It's super obvious. Super obvious. I have no eyebrows. Well, my eyebrows are leaving, and I have no eyelashes. Hair that you lose. So I spent a lot of time in the hospital, both getting treatment and because I had very few, if any, white blood cells, because the chemotherapy and the treatment attacks any fast-growing cells, so that's the cancer. Yay, fight the cancer. But that's also hair and white blood cells, and sometimes the body can't fight against that. So I would get sick, and then I'd have to go stay in the hospital. And I spent Thanksgiving, New Year's, Halloween, not Christmas, fortunately, but I spent a lot of time in Children's Hospital in Seattle, and they are amazing there. On Halloween, they dress up in little costumes and scare you. No, not really. But I spent a lot of time in isolation because I didn't really have a immunity system that was working, so I had to stay by myself, and it really sucked. I love my parents and they were great, but they still had to work, so they couldn't be with me the whole time. Aw, Chad loves me. Aw, hugs, Chad. So I spent many hours by myself as an 11-year-old, and I had the opportunity because somebody wonderful. Oh, you can show that picture. That's me with the camera. Again, with my super sneaky bandana totally covering up the fact that I'm a cancer patient. Oh, I was crying. But somebody had donated a TV and a Super Nintendo and some games to Children's Hospital in Seattle, and it was really difficult to get because there was like one on the floor and there were lots of sick kids. But being by myself, I guess I got extra points or something. So I remember them rolling in this awesome massive TV and console, and it being super cool because I got to play a video game. I remember playing Super Mario Brothers, and it was this cool, moment because I got to be a kid again. I got to not have to worry about being sick, or the fact that, you know, kids at school were making fun of me, or that I was always exhausted, or fun fact, no matter how old you are, when you're pumped with liquids all the time and you're hooked up to a machine, you wet the bed. And as an 11-year-old, that was crushed my soul because it was incredibly embarrassing. So everything about having cancer just kind of sucks. But I could play this video game and I could be a little kid, and I could get a little feather from my Mario and I could fly like a raccoon. And it was just this amazing moment of being normal again. And that is what's so awesome about Child's Play and the work that they do. Thank you. Thank you.
Accelerator, accelerator, accelerator.
Stop, can you? Yeah, just keep going.
Whoop.
I'm sorry, I gave up on you too soon.
Yay!
Magic!
You're fun.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't take it. Anyway, Child's Play has done so many wonderful things for children, and I so often think about, like, you know, giving money to charities, and you don't really see necessarily where it goes, but I was before Child's Play. Is John Cena showing? Okay. Because this would be a really inappropriate time, Ian.
That's why we've put John away.
Okay.
John decided it was.
But the contributions that you make really do make a difference in children's lives, and it's important to realize that, to know.
It's fine. It's fine.
To know that the charity is making a difference for children. But one of the things that for me is that I love the fact that I get to volunteer. I get to be a part of Desert Bus and this amazing experience to help kids that were like me, who just needed something to distract them, something to make them feel like a kid again. I can't, because of the strong association, I can't really volunteer at hospitals. I get very ill just smelling cafeteria food at hospitals. I guess it's some sort of association with the chemotherapy. But I can't be around that in the way that I would like to contribute. But this is a way I can contribute. This is a way you guys get to contribute. You get to give a little bit of money to participate with us, to tell your friends about this event, about Child's Play and this organization, and you can make a difference in someone's life that sucks a lot right now. There's one more picture I wanted to show because it's sort of the most traumatic one. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Engineering. So I had 6 months of chemotherapy. I had to have a blood transfusion because my white blood cells were so low. But I also had to go through radiation, and that was a very traumatizing experience as an 11-year-old. You're strapped to the table in this like mask made for you, Not like a custom yay mask made for you, but like a horrifying, monstrous thing. We'll show it. It'll be great. But the experience itself, yeah, that one. Here we go.
Cool.
And like as an 11-year-old, I mean, from my experience, I went through it and I got through it, but like, that's not fair for an 11-year-old. That's not fair for a kid.
This was like to restrain you so you wouldn't move.
So that they can shoot the lasers at me.
It makes lasers sound way less fun now.
It was radiation, and it because I couldn't move, so they had to mark me and put me there. Actually, in 7th grade, I used that to hang my earrings on the wall.
Right, because you were saying that that's actually like that's solid.
Yeah, it's solid. I guess I don't
Like it
know
looks
if
like it looks like it's mesh, but it's actually
Yeah. It's like
actually
the same cast material or like paper
Yeah.
mache, right? They put it on you. It's wet and malleable, and then it hardens and it's solid.
that sounds miserable.
Yeah, it was awful. But as a kid, like the concept of death, the concept of all of that was just sort of foreign to me. Like I couldn't imagine it. I just know that it sucked. And I got to eat all the food I wanted because they were super afraid of me losing so much weight because appetite is a big problem. But they don't know the Smith girls. That's when I got sick of McDonald's chicken McNuggets. I ate all of them. But yeah, so I wanted to tell my story, and I know a lot of people, this is the time where I see in chat all the stories that people have to share of moments in their lives that they felt like they were experiencing children who are ill, which is horrible. I feel like I want to protect all the children in the world, but we're able to do something here that makes it a little bit better. This music just got really upbeat. And then it went away.
Well, we're on the uphill side of this.
I'm supplementing your journey.
It's beautiful. It's like, yeah, and I'm alive and I powered through.
And that's why Child's Play is important.
All right, so do we have any challenges?
You've destroyed engineering. All
Oh,
of us are. Everybody in engineering needs a minute. I think we should group hug a Liz.
oh yeah.
I'm
Can
gonna
someone drive for a
challenge
minute so I can get a hug? Oh no, okay, I'll be
Well, let's
fast.
not crash the bus this time. Both hands on the chair.
How you doing down there?
Oh, great. Can the driver can? Because I want this moment to last for all time.
This is from Chad.
I can't get.
There we go.
That's an excuse.
Oh.